Hey everyone. In this video today is going to be about adding your own dimensions to the game. So this will just further build off of the biomes mod again, like some of my other recent videos. And of course the link to the source code will be in the description like usual. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a private static final. So private static final. Then I'll call this registry key. And then this one will be a dimensions options. I'll set that there. And then in all capitals, following the same rules that I've kept up with this whole thing. And I'll set that dimension key, and then this will be registry key of, let's see. And then the registry will be, I guess, the dimension key. Then the value will be a new identifier. So new identifier. Be the namespace and the path. So this will be our biomes, which is what we set to the mod ID. And the path, we'll just call this void. So we'll create a void dimension and a void chunk generator. That's where we'll go from here. So then we'll just close that off. Okay, after this line, we'll have to create a registry key. So we'll create a private static registry key, and we'll set this to world. And then we'll, in all caps, set this world key, and then registry key of, yep. And registry dimension key value will be dimension key get value. There we go. Next line here will be the private static final registry key. This will be dimension type, and this will be dimension type key. And then equals registry key of registry dimension type key, sorry. Value, a new identifier. This. Sorry, world key. Okay, so next we'll scroll down here, and then we'll go into onInitialize function. And then in this onInitialize function, we'll set up registry, register, and in here we'll do another registry chunk later. Key will be a new identifier. This will be biomes. This will be void. The entry will be void chunk generator codec. So this is a custom class that we created. We have a class. We will reference this later. Okay, so next line here, we'll do world key, and we'll do registry key of registry world key, and then the value be new identifier. Namespace will be the mod ID like we set before. And then this will just be called void. Now we need to set up some server lifecycle events. Basically what this is just catch and call events, figure out where we're gonna set up the world and all that stuff. So next, set the server cycle events, server started. And register, and we set a listener. So I'll set this up here. Server world. The world equals server get world. So be world, and then overworld. That. And another server world. This will be just called world equals server get world. And this will be world key. And then we need an if statement. So if world is null, then the test world or void world doesn't exist. So if world equals null, throw new assertion error. Void world doesn't exist. Alright, so now we need to create an entity to load the world initially. So we'll use a cow, I guess. Create. And this will just be overworld. And then we need an if statement. So entity starting the world isn't in the overworld, then throw that error. So if entity get registry key equals overworld, throw a new assertion error. Starting void world and overworld. And then we will teleport the target. So the target will be here, and then we'll set a new target. Position will be vector 0, PD 0, velocity will be new vector key, and it will just be 1, 1, yaw, 45, F, pitch, 60F. Now this is teleport. Okay, so now we need to do some stuff with the entity. So we'll have entity teleported equals fabric functions teleport, and then the teleported entity will be this entity, and the destination be world. And then the target will be, okay, create a couple if statements here. So if teleported equals no, we'll basically throw an error saying entity didn't teleport. Okay, good. So we need to make two more if statements here. Target world could not be reached, and the target position could. So our first one will be here if teleported world key is not accessible. Teleported world get registry key equals, and this will be world key. Throw a new assertion error. This will be target for the world. Then we'll create another if statement. If target position couldn't be read, so teleported get position equals target position. Throw new assertion error. Target position can't be read. Okay, so that line. Okay, so now we need to set up a command callback and then swap the targets. So I will set here command registration callback and register listener here. So set dispatcher dedicated. So dispatcher register. This will be literal string. So set this fabric function score tag. So execute a command. So biomes mod this. Okay, so we'll need to create a swap targeted. So what we'll do, we'll go down here, create a private int. So private int swap targeted. Add some functions here. So command text to be server and source. And throws exception. All right, so now in this, we need to create a few things. Statement 0201. All right, so first thing we need to do is create a server player entity. Player, set the context of context, get source, get player, and server world, set this to server world equals player get server, and then another server world. We'll call this mod equals get mod world. We'll set this to okay, so we'll need to create that get mod world after. But for now, we'll put in some logic here. So if server world does not equal mod world, then we'll do a teleportation failed. So we'll set that logic up here. So if server world not equal mod world, then teleport target new teleport target, and this will be a position. Will be a new vector 3D position, and then we'll set this to 0.5, 101, 0.5, and then the velocity will be vector 3D 0, and then the yaw will be 0, and the pitch will be 0. And then we'll new fabric dimensions teleported. So then the teleported thing will be the player. The destination will be the mod world, and target will just remain the term. So inside here, we'll create another if statement. So if player world does not equal mod world, we gotta throw a new command exception. And then in this command exception, this will be a new literal text string. Just be saying teleportation bad. Okay. Next, we need to set a block state for some potential ground exploring. So when you spawn into this void world, that you have a platform to sit on. We won't implement it quite yet, but we'll set it up. So set block state, and the position will be a new block position. And then the position will just be 0, 100, 0. And then the state, so we'll set it block. Let's just set a diamond block. Or get default state. Alright, and then we will add some light. So we'll set block state again. A new block position. And then we'll set it above there. So 0, 101, 0. And blocks torch, get default state. And that's it. Then there's a torch on top. Alright, and then underneath that, we'll create an else statement. And we just need to teleport the target to this position that we're setting it. So otherwise, either way, no matter what, we'll teleport to it. So teleport target equals new teleport target. Position is new vector 3D. This will be 0, 100, velocity. Set it to vector 3D 0, so no velocity. And we'll set the yaw on the pitch to float times 360 degrees minus 80. And then set the pitch to that as well. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so now that is set to there. Return statement there. Okay, so now got a couple things to deal with. We got get mod world to deal with, and get world to deal with. Okay, and so right after this line here, we'll do fabric dimensions teleport, and set this to where, and the destination we'll set to get world text, and we'll set this to world overworld. Target will just be target. Okay, now we have a couple things to deal with here. Get mod world and get world. So we'll set get mod first. Underneath here, I will create a private server world. And this will be command context. Copy this from here and I'll paste that into there. And then we need a return statement. Return get world will be text. This will be world key. And then underneath here, we need to create another private server world. And copy this again. And we'll add another section here. Registry key actually. And this will be world. And mention registry key. Okay, and for the return statement, return context, get source, get Minecraft server, get world, dimension street. Okay, so that fixed all of the red errors here. Here as well. Okay, so we did use this. But what I'll do is I'll create a suppression warning. So suppress warnings, and then we'll set all unused because it's declared as unused. So for some reason, use it. Just ignore. Okay, and the last step here, what we're going to do is we're going to go into void chunk generator. So I had just created a folder called dimensions, and then put it a Java class inside there called void chunk generator.java. And I opened it up and I extended chunk generator. And then so after that, what we're going to do is we're going to create a protected boolean. So protected final boolean custom bool. And then we're going to create a public static final codec. This is what we're referencing in biomes mod. So now we're going to do void generator codec rules board codec builder create, and this will be stuff. So first thing, brackets, create an instance, and we'll set this here instance group. Okay. Inside this instance group, this will be biome source codec field of string name. String name will be biome source. And then we'll do a for getter. Get generator. And this will be generator biome source. Okay, and next line here we'll do codec bool field of a string name, and this string name will be custom underscore bool. And we'll do another for getter generator again, and this will be generator custom bool. Okay. Underneath here, apply the instance and function, the instance of the function. So instance stable void chunk generator. That's there, and then close that off with a semicolon. Okay, got some things to fix here. So void chunk generator needs some more super class. Okay, so we'll set that. So public void chunk generator, and then this will be biome source. And then we'll create a boolean custom. Okay, and then we'll create super. Inside the super, biome source, and then new structures big. Just be a boolean, so we'll just create a false. And we'll set this custom bool. Bools. Custom bool. Oh, okay. Got about 6. So I'll just add these. Okay, so we got build surface. Right, so build surface is okay. That line. Do anything with that. Codec. So that line, and not return null, return codec. Fine now. Get column sample. So I need to fix that as well. So it isn't null, it's return new vertical block sample. And then this will be a new block state. And it will just be an array of 0. And then get height. That's fine. I think that's good. Just return 0. Yeah, populated noise is fine. And width speed. Turn this. Awesome. Okay. And so that should be it. So what I'll do is I'll just start the server and test it out. All right. So I just loaded up a new world here. So what we can do here is we can teleport to our new dimension. So what I'll set up here is execute in, okay, we got the biomes void option here. So that's our custom dimension. And then we'll run TP at 0.5. Okay, so this is our void dimension. We spawned in it, nothing. Yeah. If you fall over to the bottom, you'll die. Well, that's it for today's video. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, consider doing so. Any video requests, make sure to leave them in the comment section below, and yeah, have a great day.